tonight. Renovation work at River State Secretariat in progress as Governor Fubara unveils upgrade plan. Steps towards reforming National Youth Service Corps underway. Plus, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERP, sues INEC over missing funds. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Rstv World News. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. The worker-friendly governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has changed the narrative of the relationship between government and the governed as to reject the workforce and provide a conducive working environment for the state civil service. This commitment is evident in the early Christmas bonuses handed out to the workforce and the ongoing rehabilitation of River State Civil Secretariat complex. Our correspondent Emmanuel Mayono visited the State Secretariat to give us update with the current realities.
The River State Secretariat Complex, a major administrative landmark in the city of Port Harcourt, has a rich history. The construction of this gigantic edifice began between 1974 and 1975 under the military administration of the Governor Alfred Deitis Spiff, whose tenure lasted between May 1967 and July 1975. The project was completed and occupied in 1979. Widely regarded as one of Nigeria's finest government office complexes, the Secretariat comprises several high-rise structures, notably the Point Block and the Podium Block, which for decades have housed key ministries and government departments. On 7 October 2025, Governor Siminalayi Fubara ordered the immediate rehabilitation of the River State Secretariat complex following a fire incident that gutted section of the facility. The intervention of a multi-billion naira project underscores the administration's resolve to restore the complex and ensure a safe and efficient working environment for civil servants. During a visit to the Secretariat complex, our camera captured clear evidence of progress on site. Contractors have been fully mobilized with scaffolding equipment and construction materials already on the ground as renovation work gets underway. Since assuming office in May 2023, Governor Siminalayi Fubara had prioritized the welfare of civil servants across the state, ensuring regular payment of salaries, settlement of promotion arrears and gratuity, and the approval of a 100,000 naira Christmas bonus for workers.
He says in his agenda, Rivers first. No matter the challenge he's going through, he's keeping his word.
The governor has done so well, and he did it last year, and this year again he did the same thing. We are very, very grateful. God will bless him. This has really helped most civil servants to go back to the market to buy things, to make their Christmas and their New Year very, very beautiful.
We know that he would have even done more if not the problems that have been bedeviling the states in recent times, because we know that this governor was a civil servant and he has civil servants at heart. We expect much more from him. In fact, they're going to renovate our offices and put brand new equipment and furniture. Is something we're very, very happy with. The governor is doing well.
Starting from the time that he enters seats, they'll be giving us 100,000 with pensioners. I am one of the civil servants that they paid the 100,000 naira for Christmas bonus.
The ongoing rehabilitation of the Secretariat complex further reinforces the governor's commitment to strengthening and boosting the morale of the workforce. Emmanuel Emenyono, Rstv News.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has warned that the country may soon face another nationwide shutdown of medical services following the federal government's failure. I take the story again. The National Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has suspended a planned nationwide strike following what described as significant progress recorded on its demands through sustained engagements with the federal government and other key stakeholders. The decision was taken at a virtual emergency National Executive Council meeting today, where the association reviewed the status of its demands and assessed recent developments. The association said the suspension followed direct presidential intervention led by Vice President Kashim Shettima on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Secretary General of NAD, Dr. Shoaib Ibrahim, said the suspension is strategic and conditional, allowing the NEC to review tangible progress at its January meeting, scheduled to commence on January 25, 2026. Away from that, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC, has said the distribution company's 12 discos collected 210 billion revenue in October 2025. This was contained in its document titled Commercial Performance of Distribution Companies. According to the report, NEC's fact sheet for October listed 12 discos, which include Aba, Abuja, Benin, Enugu, Eko, Ibadan, Ikeja, Kaduna, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Yola. The discos said NEC could not collect 45.919 billion revenue out of the 253.19 billion bills they issued. It added that the total energy that was sent to the discos cost 303.85 billion naira. It also noted that the average tariff per kilowatt was 116.25 kilowatts, while only 95.89 kilowatt was actually collected. Moving on, the National Youth Service Corps says it is prepared to undergo reforms to address emerging challenges in the country and enhance its contribution to national development. The Director General of the NYC, Brigadier General O.O. Nafiu, stated this on Monday at the opening ceremony of the ongoing 2026 NYC Annual Management Conference in Jos, Plateau State. According to Nafiu, the NYC scheme has matured and is poised to move beyond symbolic nationwide building to more direct and measurable contributions. Nafiu emphasized the need for the scheme to adapt to changing populations, security concerns, and technology. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERA has filed a lawsuit against the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC over its alleged failure to account for a missing or diverted 55.9 billion meant for election materials during the 2029 general election. The allegations, drawn from the latest report of the Auditor General of the Federation, published on September 9, 2025, were made public by SERA in a post on its official X handle. And the suit marked FHC/ABJ/CS/38/2026 filed before the Federal High Court in Abuja. SERA is seeking an order of mandamus compelling INEC to explain how the 35.9 billion reportedly allocated for the procurement of smart card readers, ballot papers, result sheets, and other election materials was spent. The suit was filed on behalf of SERA by its lawyers Kolawale Oluwadari, Kehinde Oyewumi, and Andrew Wankwo. SERA described the alleged financial discrepancies as grave violation of public trust, the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, and international anti-corruption standards. Moving on, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Ebonyi says its operatives arrested 157 suspects and seized a total of 134.483 kilograms of illicit drugs in the state. The state NDLA commander Jude Amefwe disclosed to newsmen in Abakaliki that arrests and seizures were made between October and December 2025. He said the arrest included 123 males and 34 females, out of which 6 veteran victims. Army police said the drugs seized included cannabis, sativa, heroin, methamphetamine, tramadol, diazepam, and psychotropic substances. It listed the seizures as cannabis, sativa, 106.978 kilogram, tramadol, 100 milligram, methamphetamine, 1.407 kilogram, diazepam, 0.0589 kilogram, and phenobarbital syrup, 480 milligram, among others. This is our Rstv World News. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And in part 2 after the break, United came not to probe Elon Musk's X over AI chatbot Grok's image creation. And in sports, CAF to investigate misconduct in Nigeria, Algeria, Cameroon, Morocco quarterfinals. Details after these messages. Stay with us.
Huh? Mr. Chef, it's a 2-finger crush.
Pass with the chicken and all purpose.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is the true taste of home
And culture.
Chef of life.
There is something about this girl.
Activating the unexplainable love of God.
Greater love had no man than this.
Better love than no man,
That a man laid down his life for his friend.
You see, when God loves you, He fights your unseen battles. You are sleeping, you don't even know what is happening, but He's there fighting your battles for you. You are sitting in your house, He will raise a voice somewhere to be campaigning for you. Today, every storm in your life shall become still. The best way to find true love is to find God. Remember, God never sends you into a situation alone. He goes before you, He stands beside you, He walks behind you, He's always with you. All those that rejected you, as the Lord liveth, they must surely bow before you. When you have nothing left but God, you will discover that God is enough. God knows how long you have waited. Every second will be worth at the end. So it doesn't matter how the devil have damaged your life now. Don't worry. God is about to remold you, repackage you, redesign you, and beautify you.
OPN, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Calm down.
Calm down. What if I ruin everything? Auntie Amina is coming. Just pass the beef and dawa cubes. No, Hassan. With Mr. Chef, it's a 2-finger crush. This is a true taste of home
And culture.
Chef of life.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. The Coordinating Minister for Food Affairs, Zulkifli Hassan, said Indonesia plans to implement a nationwide single rice price policy starting in 2026 in a bid to reduce price disparities between regions. Hassan said the policy is aimed at ensuring uniform rice prices across the country, including in eastern Indonesia, where the government provided support for distribution financing to address logistical challenges. According to him, the plan requires strengthening the role of state-owned logistics agency Bullock, particularly in managing rice distribution and maintaining national price stability. He added that the government has discussed providing Bullock with an assignment margin to ensure sufficient financing capacity for carrying out these tasks. Slowly flourishing, Sudan's government has officially returned to Khartoum after nearly 2 years of civil war as the country crossed the symbolic milestone of 1,000 days of conflict. Prime Minister Kamel Idris announced what he described as a return of a government of hope to Sudan's national capital. The government fled Khartoum for Port Sudan in April 2023 after the city fell to the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF). Almost 2 years of heavy fighting, troops loyal to Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan gradually retook the capital, neighborhood by neighborhood, before declaring its liberation in March 2025. Idris has pledged to restore public services, including rebuilding hospitals, schools, water systems, electricity supply, and sanitation networks in an effort to revive a city left devastated by war after appointing Prime Minister 2 months later. UK media regulator Ofcom has launched a formal investigation into Elon Musk X over its AI chatbot Grok's image creation feature that has been used to produce sexualized deepfakes. Grok is facing growing international backlash for allowing users to create and share sexualized pictures of women and children using simple text prompts. Office of Communication described the reports as deeply concerning. It said in a statement that the undressed images of people may amount to intimate image abuse or pornography, and sexualized images of children may amount to child sexual abuse material. Under Britain's Online Safety Act, which came into force in July, websites, social media, and video sharing platforms posting potentially harmful content are required to implement strict image verification through tools such as facial imagery or credit card checks. Meanwhile, about 550,000 social media accounts were blocked by Meta in the early days of the Australian social media ban for kids, which restricts Instagram, Facebook, and Threads to prevent Australians below the age of 16 from holding accounts. The policy was introduced by the Australian government to reduce children's exposure to harmful content and algorithm-driven risks online. Meta said it removed 300, and the company said it supports stronger protection for young people, but disagrees with a blanket ban. Slowly flourishing, U.S. prosecutors have opened an inquiry threatening a criminal indictment against the Federal Reserve. Its chairman, Jerome Powell, revealed denouncing new threats and ongoing pressure from the administration of President Donald Trump. Powell said in a video statement that the U.S. Central Bank received grand jury subpoenas Friday related to his Senate testimony in June, which concerned a major renovation project of Federal Reserve Office buildings. He dismissed the subpoenas as pretexts after months of bitter conflict with Trump, who has publicly excoriated the Fed for not cutting interest rates aggressively to bolster economic growth. Powell said the threats of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public rather than following the references of the president. The Federal, which makes independent monetary policy decisions, has a dual mandate to maintain stable prices and low unemployment. Still on the foreign scene, Iran has warned it will retaliate if the United States launches an attack as nationwide protests entered the third week and tensions with Washington escalated. US President Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened to intervene to protect demonstrators amid a deadly crackdown by Iranian security forces. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf, said Israel, along with US military forces and shipping centers in the region, would become legitimate targets if Washington attacked. And on the entertainment scene, a Nollywood filmmaker and actor Funke Akindele has cemented her place in African cinema history as her latest release, Behind the Scenes, 2 billion crossed the mark at the box office, becoming the first Nollywood film to achieve the milestone. Favor Ogazi tells us more.
The record-breaking performance was disclosed on Monday in a post on X by the film's distributor, Film One Entertainment, which confirmed that the title has now grossed over 2 billion naira in ticket sale, noting that it is the first Nollywood production in Africa to cross the 2 billion naira box office threshold.
You're just spreading yourself thin for friends and family who are just spending frivolously, spending your money just...
Hey, Victor, I won't take that!
Nigerian skit maker Tauma has raised alarm over the large amount of refuse dumped on the road median in the Ikotun, Egbeda area, with residents going about their daily activities. Tauma called on relevant authorities for urgent attention to the issue. Nigerian artists dominated the 9th All-African Music Awards Afrima in Lagos, claiming top prizes across several categories. Leading the accolades was Rema, who bagged 3 major awards: Artist of the Year, Best Male Artist in Western Africa, and Best African Artist in R&B and Soul. Burna Boy also won Album of the Year for No Sign of Weakness, and Yemi Alade received Best Soundtrack in a Movie for her song, You Are.
Now who go stay by your side if you walk out through fire? Follow you stand inside the fire. Now who love me, I go love. Now who love us, we go love. Who go believe you when the whole world is calling you a liar, liar?
Favor Gazi, Entertainment News.
Well, that was Favor Gazi with the entertainment reports. And in sports, the Confederation of African Football has launched an investigation into alleged misconduct by players and officials during the CAF Africa Cup of Nations 2025 quarter-final clashes between Cameroon and Morocco, as well as Algeria and Nigeria. The probe follows reports of confrontations with referees and disruptions in post-match areas. According to a statement posted on CAF's official website on Monday, the Continental Football Governing Body has collected match reports and video evidence suggesting potentially unacceptable behavior and has referred the matters to the disciplinary board for further review. It added that CAF has referred the matters to the disciplinary body for investigation and has called for appropriate action to be taken if the identified persons are found guilty of any wrongdoing. Still in sports, Xabi Alonso has left Real Madrid after just over 7 months as head coach. The club's former midfielder has gone by mutual agreement after defeat by Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup final on Sunday, and with his team 4 points behind the Catalan club at the top of La Liga. Alonso officially started on June 1 after a successful spell at Bayer Leverkusen, where he won the domestic double in 2023-2024 and led to the team to Europa League final. After overseeing Madrid's run to the Club World Cup semi-finals, he began impressively, winning 13 of his next 14 games, the exception being a heavy derby defeat by Atletico Madrid. This is our Rstv World News. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at our Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to any news, a recap of some of the major stories. The worker-friendly governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has changed the narrative of the relationship between government and the governed as he rejects the workforce and provide a conducive working environment for the state civil service. The National Youth Service Corps has said it is prepared to undergo reforms to address emerging challenges in the country and enhance its contribution to national development. We have reported that the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project setup has filed a lawsuit against the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over its alleged failure to account for a missing or diverted 55.9 billion naira